Hi everybody, it's me. It's been a while since I filmed a video. Sorry about that. This is hopefully just going to be a quick one. There's get asked a lot of questions by my students, and I was asked a question recently, and I'm never usually lost for words, but this particular question stumped me a little bit and really made me think. And it was one of my students, their daughter has concerns about the way that she looks and predominantly her weight. Now, I know this girl and there's not an inch of fat on her at all, and the stark realisation about it for me was that I have a daughter who is 6, my daughter's 6 at the moment, and you think about things like teenage angst and peer pressure and stuff like that, and you just think it's part of life, really. You expect like things like peer pressure and teenage angst and stuff, and as an adult I guess it's kind of difficult to remember what it was like as a child, because you know you've been through lots of different scenarios and experiences. But it really concerned me, particularly because it was a weight loss thing, and you know, puberty and everything else comes into consideration. I mean, you don't stop growing until your early 20s, do you know what I mean? So, and especially at the age of like 14, the last thing you need to be worrying about is whether or not you're too fat, you know? Now, I try not to use the F word in front of my kids. I try not to drop F-bombs, and I also try not to use the word fat or diet in front of my children. Now, I work in the fitness industry, so I'm obviously more aware about this, so I try to educate my children about the importance of healthy eating and basic nutrition. My daughter's got a real vested interest in it at the moment. She's at that age where she's soaking up information and she wants to know everything. I'm actually sitting in front of her desk at the moment. I'm downstairs. And so I educate her, you know. I have posters up around my house to do with health, nutrition, different parts of the body, the digestive system, all that kind of jazz. And so she's aware of lots of different things, and I just came to realise that unfortunately this isn't common practice, is it? Because most adults aren't educated about nutrition, and therefore they can only pass on the knowledge that they have. Now, my friend whose daughter it is, she is reading up about nutrition, and, you know, she's getting to a point where she probably knows just as much as I do. So she's taking it upon herself to educate herself, and I think that that's a really important thing for us to do. You know, we need to be able to educate ourselves so we can give our children enough information to be able to make an informed decision. Now, your kids make decisions from a very, very early age, and yes, you try to give them guidance, and a lot of the time you're like, oh, you're being a brat or whatever. But a lot of the time, even though they drive you insane, like I'm speaking from personal experience here, I'm not trying to tell anybody how to raise their kids. I try to let my kids have enough leeway to be able to express their opinion and their thoughts without it crossing a line, so without them misbehaving or saying something inappropriate, you know. So I try to educate them as much as possible, and just like a real concern for me is the kind of stuff that you see on social media today, obviously about kids committing suicide and stuff like that because something's been said about their appearance, or you know, rumours have got out, or just general, just like as an adult, a general stupidness for me. But obviously as a child it's stuff that, you know, it's the epitome of life, isn't it? It's like, oh my god, this is the worst possible thing that could happen to me right now in this given moment. And it is, isn't it? It's, you know, it's just as bad as it would be if I lost my job, or, you know, my husband wasn't able to work, or if I got really, really ill, or somebody in my family was really sick. You know what I mean? Like, there's lots of situations and they make us feel really, really bad, and our children are going through the same things, and I think a lot of the time we write it off, and a lot of the time we see it as being insignificant. Now, I'm watching a series on Netflix at the moment called 13 Reasons Why, and it's about a girl who committed suicide in high school, and that's probably, like with everything else that's been going on, and the question that I got asked originally, it's been really thought-provoking for me, and then I've started to look more at myself and thinking I need to make sure that, one, my daughter can communicate with me comfortably and make sure she can tell me anything she wants to. But I know when she gets to teenage years, she ain't going to be interested in telling me anything. I still remember what it was like to be a teenager, just about. You know, but I just wanted to be able to make informed decisions and not to be affected by people as much as I can, you know. I know that she's got to go through those experiences in life. I'm venting here, guys, you know, take it from me what you will. But I just think that children can be really nasty. I mean, people can be really nasty, but children can be really nasty. Like, even at such a young age, I hear some of the stuff that my daughter tells me that other kids are saying to other kids, and it's just vile, you know? It's not nice at all, and you want to go, well, you just stop that, you little shit, you know? But I guess what I'm trying to say is we need to take more notice. We need to take more notice of how we feel, not only here, but here as well, because mental health is just as important, if not more important, than physical health, you know. And exercise can be a real great addition to your mental health. It releases the same endorphins in your brain as you know, happiness, joy, happiness, same kind of endorphins that they replace chemically. And you know, if people are on antidepressants, that they take this, you know. And there are things that you can do with your life, like taking part in activity that makes you feel good about yourself, spending time with people that make you feel good about yourself. You know, there's lots of things that you can do. I'm not a doctor, but you know, I have some experience with depression and mental health, and you know, I teach a lot of people that have gone through similar things, so I think I know what I'm talking about. Do you know what I mean? I have enough experience to know what I'm talking about. But people really need to understand that mental health is just as important as physical health. And you know, that you need to not beat yourself up so much about things, and the scales are just a number, but that's just a whole nother conversation. I ain't even going down that road, because a lot of people are going down that road at the moment. My opinion is you don't need the scales. You know, if you feel good in your clothes and you feel healthy, that's good enough. Do you know what I mean? Take your measurements, don't focus on the number that's on the scales, you know. But you know, you need to really focus on mental health and physical health, and not only for you as an individual, and I guess I'm talking to the parents out here, you know, but also your children's mental health, because they're saying statistically, you know, children from as young as 4 are suffering from mental health issues and anxiety, and I think that's soul destroying. You know, my son is 3 and my daughter's 6, and I'm looking at them and they're my babies, and the only thing that they should care about, I mean, my son, it's whether or not he can play on the Xbox. Do you know what I mean? My daughter, yeah, is what's going on at school and stuff, but she has enough activities and enjoyment outside of school that school doesn't really pressure her. I'm lucky my daughter's very smart, and you know, she doesn't struggle at school. I know that not all children are that way. I'm just very fortunate that, you know, my daughter, she enjoys learning, you know, and she finds it quite easy. I didn't find it easy, her dad did. It's just the way it is. But I'm just really the message here is just, you know, mental health is just as important as physical health, and you really need to take care of yourself, guys. It's just paramount. Okay, take care of you, take care of your own mental health and physical health. And you know, I'm not trying to tell you how to raise your kids, but concentrate on your kids' mental health as well as physical health. The two go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. They both need to be cohesive, you know, connected. You need to focus on that, and maybe we can get rid of some of the shittiness that's going on in this world, and stop so many kids from even bothering, you know, about a number on the scales. They just need to be going out and causing like trouble, but not getting into trouble, you know, and enjoying life and just messing about. The last thing they need to worry about is their weight. They're still growing. Do you know what I mean? So it's important that you self-educate, guys, man. Educate yourself, educate your kids. I just felt the need to vent, and I'm really sorry about the lighting. I thought it'd be better down here, but it's not. But I've just vented anyway, so as long as you can hear what I'm saying, it's not that important that you can see me the whole time. But you know, I just wanted to vent and give you my thoughts on the situation. So take care of this and take care of this, you know, and generally life will be good. Okay, until next time, guys. Bye.